All right. So we're going to go into a quick presentation from my son before we go into the rest of the things we'll do this evening. Yeah, he's got a long day with his. He's a software engineer working with a company in Massachusetts, but works from here. If you notice, Venerable Dr. Barnabas Emenogu has been leading our young adults ministry in the diocese. And so we've been talking about how to help our young adults be able to communicate across the continent. I think my son overheard me talking to Venerable Emenogu on the phone. He said, "Well, Dad, I can get something done. This is my major. He's a software engineer, and so he's put together something that is called Discord. Discord is the name of the program that he set up. He showcased it at the Cathedral, Holy Trinity Cathedral, this past weekend. So."
All right, hello everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, screen 2, excellent. I'll share that. Awesome, is everyone able to see it?
It's dark.
Awesome, excellent. If it's dark, that means that you guys can see it. Is dark mode okay, or do you guys want to see light mode? I can change it to light mode for you guys.
Okay.
Is that good? Much better. All right. All right.
That's the old people view for us.
Yeah, yep. Got to make sure that you guys are able to see the screen. All right, awesome. So what you guys are looking at is an application called Discord. I did not set up the Discord application itself. I set up a server on this application. So what ends up happening is, at least with the diocese, what I wanted to do was create something that gave all of our young adults a singular place that they can go in order to discuss things about Christianity, discuss things about their real life, their relationships, and all of that good stuff. So what I've done is I've gone and created this server, and just so that people know, Discord is available for any device. You can download it on your PC, you can download it on your Mac, iOS devices, Android devices, all of that good stuff. So you're able to see it there. With that being said, in order to get into the Discord, one thing that you'll have to do is, of course, you'll have to sign up. So when you go to Discord, it'll give you options, basic email, password, that sort of thing. And once you do sign up, you'll end up on a page that looks just like this. It's going to be pretty empty. You're not going to have any friends on here because, well, you haven't added anyone just yet. But what's going to happen here is once you receive this link, and of course, this is in dark mode because I use dark mode, I'll go ahead and be sending people a link here. This link is to a server, and in the server, you'll see a variety of different channels related to what I was just discussing. Once you get that server link, you'll just go here to add a server, join a server, and you'll just paste that link in. Once you have it, you'll just click join server, and bam. You can see we've got that Anglican logo that my dad sent over to me just last week. So now you know how to get into the Discord server itself. It says, welcome to Anglican Concord. It gives you a nice welcome message telling you what it's about. It tells you our missionary bishop is Felix Orgy. And it tells you a little bit about what our idea here is. It's sort of a virtual community hub that gives people a place to talk about different things, whether it's Christianity, whether it's relationships, whether it's just everyday life for the person. Similarly, you can see here that there's a message here from a robot called Dino. It's telling you, hey, it tells you welcome, your name. I've just put sample text because this is an example user. Welcome to the Anglican Concord server. Let me just boost this up so it's easier to see. And it basically says, check out the welcome page and check out the rules in order to make sure that you understand what's going on with the server. So when you go to the welcome page, as you saw, it tells you a little bit about what's going on. And then you can go to the rules section and it'll tell you, okay, basically you need to be able to agree to these rules. The 10 commandments, obviously, We want people who are Christians to be following those rules in the as part of our rule set on the Discord. Similarly, the Discord community guidelines. You don't want to break the rules of Discord when using their app by sending like phishing links, spam links, all that sort of stuff, or else you'll get kicked out. So that's also a rule there. Similarly, I've also put just straight up there, no spam, no advertising, no sexually suggestive content. Don't harass other people because we're gonna find out, and don't promote any sort of unnecessary violence, ungodly violence. So that's what it looks like. I've also given a bit of a list of what the expectations and consequences look like if those rules are violated. And if people agree to those rules, they can click this check mark here. And when they click that check mark, you can see that some things changed. I am now a member of the Discord. So it's given me that role. And you could see on this side that a whole bunch of new tabs have opened up for people to look at. So with that being said, you can see here that I've got a church talk section. In church talk, you can talk about things like Christianity, Anglican FAQ, and events. So for the Christianity channel, you're able to see things that other people post, whether it's notes that they're taking from a recent sermon. You can actually see here, I've posted one comment because we had a Bible study on Saturday, and I wanted to just keep one of those notes that we had discussed in mind about some of the missions of the church. So that's what I'm thinking other people can use this channel for. Another one, Anglican FAQ. Maybe our young adults have questions as to what Anglicanism is actually about. What does it mean to be an Anglican? How is it any different from the other denominations that they could have potentially joined up and become a member of? This is a place for them to ask those questions and potentially get some answers. The events channel. Similarly, they might want to discuss some events that their churches are planning, maybe some things that the entire young adults across our diocese could be planning as well. So this gives them a place to talk about those things. All right, in the discussion section, we've got a couple brainstorming ideas. You can actually see here that I've been talking with my sister about some ideas for the Discord. So that's my sister talking, and this is me talking. Over here, generally, the brainstorming idea is come up with suggestions, maybe suggestions for how this server is run, maybe suggestions for what you think would be great for other young adults to participate in, that sort of stuff. That's what the brainstorming section is for. Prayer requests. Maybe there are some things in your life that you want prayer for. Maybe you don't want to talk too much about what it is that you need prayer for, but you just want to let other people know that, hey, you need prayer. This gives them an opportunity to do that, to share what things that they need prayer for. Maybe they just need to praise God for something that's happened in their life, and people can just share in that with them here. That sort of idea is what we have in mind for prayer requests. Serious section. So for the serious section, this is a channel that gives them an opportunity to discuss serious things, things that are bothering them, things that they might need actual help with. I've put it as a padlock here, and you may have noticed that until I had clicked the check mark in rules, this whole section was not available to me. So unless people agree to follow these rules, they cannot participate in this section here. So for our young adults who want to take some time and really have a serious discussion about something in their life with other young adults in our diocese, this is a perfect place to do it. Similarly, relationships. Maybe they have a lot of questions about what it means to date another person. Maybe they have questions about what it means to be a newlywed, what it means to have a child. This is a place for them to talk about those relationship issues and other things that are happening in their relationships. And even they can even post pictures as to things that are going really well with their relationships. Maybe they have a wedding. Maybe they want to share those wedding pictures with other people, with other young adults in the diocese. This gives them that opportunity. Command sandbox, this is for our more technical people. They want to do some fancy stuff. You can see that I'm looking up some weird things. I'm like rolling a dice in order to see what number I get. It's some funny stuff like that. So this just gives them a little sandbox to make those sort of fun techie type things. So I'll pause there for a bit. Do we have any questions so far on the sections I've gone over, the sign up process, anything like that? All right, at the moment, it doesn't sound like it, so I'll just keep going.
I have one question.
All right, let's hear from you.
When we talk about young adults, as far as this app is concerned, which ages are we looking at?
Good question. So largely the age group that we're looking at for young adults is between the ages of 20. So people who are in university, not just starting out, but have sort of settled into university. So 20 years old up to 30 or maximum 35 years old. So by the time you're around 35, you're pretty much a solid adult. You've got a good hang of what it means to be a member of a church, hopefully. And you probably don't need to hang around with the other 20-something young adults on this server. So that's the general age span for this group. Awesome, great. I'll continue if we don't have any other questions.
I'm sorry, can I just ask, is it an encrypted service? And if so, you know, what sort of protections are given to members of this community to avoid them being hacked?
Good question. So I've put in place a lot of things here. This Dino app that is actually checking for things. What you would have noticed is that I came in with an already signed up account. You must sign up and verify your email, so you cannot be a robot in order to sign up for this thing. So we shouldn't be expecting any of that. I've also set up some auto moderation roles that make sure that the robot checks to see if a robot tries to sign into this account, tries to sign into this server. So what that'll do is it'll automatically ban those type of things, those type of people. Similarly to that, I also have set up some automation for the robot to capture any sort of profanity, any sort of questionable content. And because I'm also administrator with a couple other people, mostly my brothers and my sister, we'll be able to catch any sort of problematic people trying to join up and cause problems in the Discord, and we can ban them permanently from the Discord. There's a whole section on that actually called moderation that you can't see here because you have to be an administrator in order to see what goes on in the administration section. So that sort of answers the question. In terms of encryption, I don't know specifically what is encrypted. I know that the users are encrypted. I don't know whether messages themselves are encrypted, but I'll definitely have to double check on that for you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for that lucid description.
Thank you for asking. All right. So let's go on to the off-topic section. So the off-topic section, you can already see that some of the other members from the cathedral have already started joining. So that's what you're seeing here. Oh, and one of them has come online. Great. So off-topic, this is just the general channel. People want to talk about regular things. They can talk about anything in here. They want to have discussions about stuff. They want to ask how to do things. And people will be available to just explain those things to them or just hang out, chill, say good morning, say good evening, that sort of stuff. You can actually see here an example of me testing out some of those moderation tools. So my younger brother, he went up and set up a fake account. I warned him. I told him to change that username. And then he responded with something dumb, something silly, and I just banned him. So I was able to do that pretty quickly. It happened almost immediately. So that's one of our moderation tools in action right there. Dr. Emenagu, you've got your hand up.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much for this. This is very, very helpful. I think it's going to help out. I have two questions. One of them is silly, the other one is silly, meaningful. The first one, which is a good question, is is this only for the diocese, or can people in other organizations, young adults organizations, also participate in this device?
That is a good question. So right now, I've only set this up with a focus on the young adults for this diocese.
Okay.
But there are options. I'll switch over to my administrator panel first. In the server settings, that gives me the ability to create a template of this and essentially send it over to anyone else who wants to create the same type of server. So maybe you guys are thinking of having a server like this, but for an entire, entirely different diocese, or maybe you're thinking of setting up a server specifically for just your church. I'm able to send you that template and you're able to use that same thing for yourself. A similar idea that I've been discussing with my dad is the idea of adding in some more channels for churches specifically. So maybe there are some things that churches want to discuss, but just amongst their own church members. That is an option that I can add here. I can add in a new channel that's specific to a church and only church members for that church could post there. So those are some options that are available.
That's good, because I see a lot of potential for this, something to organize not only in the diocese, but also to organize young adults, or even, as you said, church members and fellowship groups, you know, from parish to parish, from archdeaconry to archdeaconry, and so on. My second question, which is the one I said is silly, is why is it called Discord? Because I don't know the word Discord. Does can it be changed for the diocese?
I wish it could, but that would require a lot of money. I believe they do sell like a business version of Discord that gives it that you can then change the domain name, but Discord is the name of the application and that's up to the developers who made it. I don't know why they called it Discord. It should have been called Union or something like that, because that's what it is.
Anyway, thank you very much. I think this is going to be useful.
Fantastic. All right, great. So I'll just quickly go through the rest of these. Memes, you can see my youngest brother, he's gone and already posted a meme here. This is just a channel for funny humor that people have. Of course, it's moderated, so we'll be able to check whether people are posting questionable content. But if people have some funny Christian jokes, it'll definitely make its way in here. Careers, as young adults, a lot of us have already started or are starting or are well on our way to being veterans in our careers. So this gives us an excellent opportunity to provide advice to people who are just starting, ask relevant questions to those of us who have certifications and people are interested in what it takes to get certified in our areas. This is just a perfect place for those people to talk about anything involving their careers and their professions. Finances. A lot of people talk about the market. A lot of people like to talk about economy, different opportunities that they see. Maybe there are some people who are young adults who are really into stocks, stock trading, investments, all sorts of things like that. This gives them a channel to actually talk about those things. So that's the finances section for you. Art section. Maybe we have some artists amongst our young adults and they want to post some of their pictures, their paintings. They want to make sure that other people get to see it. We'll be able to take a look at their art, give them some pointers if there are other artists who want to give them pointers on things, or just congratulate them for doing such a good job with whatever it is that they're making. Music section. So I've gone and also added in a robot that gives people the opportunity to play music with each other. You can see that I was actually trying out some music things in this channel. So if people want to discuss music, they can do it here. Or if people want to join a voice channel, they can then join into that voice channel, call mjoin, and it will summon that music player. And then they can just give it a link to some music that they want to hear with other people. So they can give a YouTube link, they can give a Spotify link, they can give a SoundCloud link, all sorts of different music links. And when they're in the channel, other people can hear the music with them. So if there's a sort of music listening party that people want to do, that's an option that they can do here. So that's music. Gaming. Well, you know, young adults, we all have our hobbies. Gaming is one of them. whether it's board games, video games. My younger brother, I actually think he's running a Dungeons and Dragons session right now. Card games, all that sort of stuff. This is a place for people to discuss it, talk about exciting new games, that sort of thing. Shows and movies, similar idea here. Gives people an opportunity to talk about the sort of movies that they're watching, the sort of series that they would recommend to other people, other young adults here want to join in on. So this gives them an option to do that. So that's the off-topic channel for you. Purgatory. So, you know, this is a bit of a little bit of a joke. I set it up as purgatory, but the idea here is that when people are kicked or banned, we don't want to create a place where the moderators have complete control over everything. Maybe some moderator that has been elected down the line decides to be abusive with their power. We want to make sure that there is an option and an opportunity for people who have been unjustly kicked from the group to make an appeal for their case. So that's what happens here. What we end up seeing here, and every member is able to see it, is that someone has been banned, and given a one-day waiting period, they are given the opportunity to submit a form. The robot will actually message them, telling them to submit a form if they want to make an appeal. The appeal section gives them questions such as why were they kicked? What are some actions they can do to avoid that sort of situation? And is there anything else that they want us to know? They want like the administrators and the moderators to know about the situation that they were in. So this gives them an opportunity to give that appeal. And once they make that appeal and submit the form, the appeal will appear here and give all members, including the moderators and administrators, a chance to review the appeal. Maybe they want to talk in this appeal discussion voice channel about what's going on with what's happened. And then we can make a decision as to whether it was justified to kick this member or whether they need to be reinstated and something needs to be done about the moderator who sent them away. So this gives them that sort of opportunity in purgatory. But of course, purgatory is just a good joke about it. So that's sort of the overall look at this Discord server. Do we have any questions, any comments about it?
Quickly, can I ask a question? Is there any commercial content of this program? Is advertisement allowed? How does someone make money from this?
Good question. So the Discord developers have created this and they've set up different tiers for it. So you can't see it here, but on some servers, there are things like server boosting. What they do is essentially if members are really invested in creating a gigantic Discord, I actually have an example here. This is an official Discord handled by a whole bunch of collegiates, universities all across North America. And you can see that they're at level 3. So people who are members in the Discord are able to pay money to actually boost the Discord and enhance the services within the Discord. So right now, what we're using is a free account that gives us the ability to have a maximum of 30 people per voice channel, an infinite number of people per text channel, and there were a couple of other things that lets us boost certain technical capabilities, such as the ability to move our voice channel sort of region. So like the servers that it runs on, that sort of thing. It gives us those sort of opportunities. So they make money based off of the amount of money that people actually donate to the service. And because they donate to the service, they get their server boosted. They get enhancements to the way that things function in the server. So that's how they make money.
Okay. And
yep.
They have a control over who advertises. That's a control.
Yes. So what I've put here is a rule that says that they're not allowed to spam or advertise. I am giving people opportunities using events to say, hey, we're having an event at our church. So those are things that are totally A-okay to do. If someone's going to start advertising their like crypto something, then that's not going to fly with us. We're going to warn them that they can't be doing that. And if they reach 3 warnings, I've actually set it up so that it automatically mutes them. So it does not allow them to talk or text for 30 minutes. And at 7 warnings, they get kicked from the channel completely. So that's something that's automatically set up here on this Discord.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And it looks like someone else just joined. Excellent.
All right. So, John, where do we go from here? I mean, I've sent it to the clergy on WhatsApp. So, could you? So when the clergy get it, what do they do? So.
All right, fantastic. So when the clergy get it, they'll see something similar to what I just presented here. And they'll see a message from a robot called Dino. This is the thing that's handling a lot of the moderation. It's going to tell them, hey, you can check out the welcome channel. You can check out the rules channel. The biggest thing here that they need to do is they need to check out the rules channel, and they need to click this check mark here. That means that they agree to the rules, the terms and conditions of using this server. When they click it, they'll be given the member role and they'll be moved to this orange section here. And that'll give them access to the full channel here. Without access, they probably only see off-topic and information channels. They don't see church talk, they don't see discussion, and they don't see purgatory.
How do you get out of purgatory?
You only get out of purgatory if you are accepted by the moderators and administrators. So we will review your case, and then we will decide whether or not you're free to go, and then you'll be let back into the Discord community.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, you got hands up here. There's Canon Kolawole, there's Venerable Yinka.
All right. Who put their hand up first? Whoever it is, just unmute yourself and start talking.
Good evening, John. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Mine is not really a question, but it's, sorry, I'm in a place where I can't put my video, so please pardon my not showing my face. I would suggest, with the kind permission of our Lord Bishop, if we can, because as much as I think I know tech, the whole thing you're explaining seems to be very ambiguous to me. And more so that my age group or majority of the clergy here, their age group might not really participate in being a member. So I would suggest that we have a forum that we educate our young adults, where this kind of thing that you did for us would just mainly be for that, but with the help of the rectors to let them know that social time, there will be an explanation from John or from your officers to explain to them why they need to join and how they need to join. So that's just my suggestion.
I really like that suggestion. When we presented this to the cathedral on Saturday, we did have quite a lengthy talk about why this is important, why fellowship is important, and how this sort of server acts as a partial solution to the lack of fellowship, to the lack of edification going on within our young adult community, because there really isn't anything connecting any of the young adults throughout our parish, throughout our diocese. So this is having some sort of meeting, or I believe that this video is being recorded. So like just cutting to the specific portion where I am explaining how to sign up, what the sort of opportunities are for this Discord server are, just having that sort of video out and available for people to view would be perfect for young adults, if that is possible.
Okay. All right, so what we'll do, I know Canon Goodman can, he's going to send this out. That's partly why I wanted this to be recorded. So, so Canon Goodman, so this section from the beginning of the presentation to when we finish the conversation, if you could kindly make that available. And then just to follow up on what Canon Kolawole said, so we'll have a training day, just another day that we have our young adults event, and then John, you can do this presentation again, so we can do it again. Yeah, absolutely. And so each rector then would invite all the young adults in their parish to be part of this as a segment of the event. So we'll do that. Yeah. Yeah. So we can do that.
Please, one more question before you go, directed to both my Lord Bishop and John. Recently, we've noticed great concern or issues with our young adults, and some may have to do with going through stress, some of them trying to attempt suicide. My question and concern is that the answers or the help needed for those concerns, which evidently will come up in this kind of platform. Mm-hmm. And since we don't have, I'm not saying you don't have, but you might not have the hands capable to handle those situations. Is there any way you'll be able to pass on those concerns to the authorities that are capable to handle them? And how do we hope to connect them to those capable hands that may be able to help them?
Excellent questions there. So I'll take in a little bit of this, and then I'll definitely, the bishop can explain more. If we do see something, for example, in serious, someone has some serious suicidal thoughts, someone's having a mental breakdown, they're having that sort of dangerous level of things. If we see that here, as an administrator, I'm going to be, of course, monitoring what happens in channels like these for sure. So when I see those type of things, those type of messages, those type of voice chats going on, I'll be certain to speak with my dad, speak with the bishop about it. We'll be able to determine how to handle the cases there. And especially if we have clergy members who are joining this server, I can also make them moderators. This will give them an opportunity to also talk to this person if they see something like that going on. That also gives us that sort of visual on what it is that's happening with them. And I've also sent this link, of course, to my dad. So if he is also interested in joining, he'll be able to see those things immediately if I'm not available and see that sort of stuff. So Dad, take it away.
Yeah. Good. Thank you, John. Yes, that's part of the plan, and we already have chaplains for the young adults. Venerable Dr. Menago, Canon Kolawole, but I'm going to add Dr. Miles Calvin because he's a counselor. Also, and Venerable Ben Warre, who also is a counselor. So. And then clergy, please feel free to join. Please feel free to join so that you can help. And Reverend John Mark, yeah. So Reverend John Mark is also one of the chaplains. So we need people who can actually do counseling because it is true there is a rise in depression. There's a rise in depression amongst young people, and we need to be vigilant for those kinds of things because they tend to be open in their own forum than they are in the church. So we'll add more clergy that have the expertise. Some of the stuff I can't help anybody. So Miles Calvin with his counseling background and the other chaplains can help. Yeah. So very good. Okay, Venerable Yinka, go ahead.
Yeah, mine is also not necessarily a question, but a word of appreciation and commendation for this creativity and innovation to respond to the world of young people. I'm passionate about them. And of course, how we can use, information technology to reach them in our diocese. I want to thank you, John, for this that you have put together for us. And I believe that as time, this is just an introduction. To some of us, it's like you've been speaking Greek. But as time goes on and interaction and discussions continue, we will also, get to understand it more. And we trust that God will use this as an instrument to reach our young people in this generation, in this part of the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Archdeacon. And I know you're working on a document for discipleship, so we'll find a way to. So, John, here is my own question. If we have some helpful documents that will help in spiritual Christian maturity, is there a way? Is there a place to put those things for people to read or something like that?
That is a good question. We could include it as part of the announcements. That's a section that I didn't go over. You can actually see that I've set up the robot to just automatically post a verse of the day. And you can see that there is some security there. It asks you whether you want to go to that link before it opens it up for you. And so you can see here that it's actually got a verse of the day up every single time. So that's kind of nice. But in terms of actually adding some announcements, some documentation, like you can definitely do that. We can add it to the announcement channel. We can just click this pinned messages and pin those messages that are important, those documents that are important so that people can see them at any time. If I were to go over here, yeah, you can actually see that I've got this. This is something that I've got pinned over here. And you can see if I click on the pinned messages, it shows up there. And another thing that I want to show is to just confirm, like this plus sign is available at the bottom and you're able to upload files here. So images, videos, all that sort of stuff, they can be uploaded to Discord.
Wow, okay. All right, wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, Reverend Adam Wade is correct. Facebook is for old people. Trust me, that's what the young people told me on Saturday. So I'm sticking to Facebook. Anyway, so thank you, John. If there is no other question, we will go on. And then at the next young adult event, which Venerable Menogu and his team would discuss, we'll then invite all the clergy so that you can make this presentation again. Is that okay, John?
That sounds good to me. I see one more hand though.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Venerable Ihezue. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, my Lord. Yeah, I'm so sorry I couldn't put my video on. I was actually running late, so I had to join while I was on my way.
Go ahead and start.
No problem.
John, I want to thank you so much for putting this together, which will really be very, very helpful for our diocese. So I just want to also add, because with the young adults, we need to find a way to have a program that will make the platform lively and engaging. So like if there's a way, like you being the moderator, if you can actually raise a topic for discussion, like if you can have like a program, maybe like a series or something, at least for a start, something that can make it engaging. You can take a topic in relationship, you can take a topic in, church related issues, just something as people are joining, there is something on the platform that can keep them engaging, and make it exciting. So while we are doing that and attract more people to the platform, then some other things can also follow, like my Lord Bishop said, like some Christian materials. But I will really, this is my own opinion. If we put like lengthy materials in this platform, it will make it boring for them. So, let's try and give them the opportunity to actually exercise that freedom. Once they are comfortable and they're able to communicate, like the chaplains, my Lord Bishop, and some other people looking in can always see a way to, address some situations. And then I wanted to also ask, is there a way where, say for instance, somebody is, making a comment on the public session, like maybe a chaplain or you yourself can reach out like in a DM or a private session where, you want to, find out from the person, okay, this discussion is, is becoming, too personal. Do you mind if, you having a discussion with Bishop on this, or having more discussion, more detailed discussion on this, with our, young adult chaplain or something, so that in that way, a situation is also addressed if it's something that should be addressed, that shouldn't be made public, because at the same time, some of these young adults may not be that mature to see some information somebody is putting up, and then be able to keep it, as something very personal, to somebody. And then some of them may not also be able to know some information that they should actually put out on the public, because in as much as this is controlled, it's still out there on the internet. So you never can say. I'm not saying it will be hacked. I'm not saying, like, for example, people should know that PII, shouldn't actually be released on, such platforms, for example. So if there's a way to actually, filter what is actually being put out there, both protecting the person that is actually seeking for help and also the audience, other people that are also, having access to, such information. So I believe that will also help. And maybe as we go on, we can also find out how we can kind of integrate some things, either from, from the website or from our Facebook page, so that in that way, for example, we don't have to put out, let's say, for example, our bishop is putting out an information. So there can be a link or like a page in one of the columns where they can click and have access to the details of that message from the website. So in that way, you are clicking the link, but it's taking you to actually, where the information is. So that in that way, we are not, overflooding this particular platform. And again, I don't know how, how the database and how, the resources you have for the storage, like how much of it you have, to store most of this information. So doing more of, like a soft link that can take you to maybe either to the website or maybe to the Facebook. So in that way, everything is not being stored there. But that information one is looking for, you can actually have a link on this platform, but that will now take you to where you can actually, read those information. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that was a lot. I will point out a couple things. So in terms of talking to people in private, for example, we have one of our venerables here already. What happens is that you're able to right click on them, or if you're on your phone, you can just click on their name and you can see here that I can see their profile. I can see what mutual servers we have in common, all sorts of things like that. You can even add a note if you want to remember who this person is specifically. And you're able here also to message them. So you're able to open up a message and start talking with them specifically. So this way, it's just between you and them. No one else can see it. Similarly, you can even open up a call. So if you want to talk to them using your own voice and you want to share your own video and talk to them like that, I actually spoke with some of my friends using Discord, using this call feature as well. And we had a short little video call where they got to show their baby to me and all that sort of cool stuff. So you can do that with Discord. So calling, messaging, all that sort of stuff is available. So that's one way. In terms of actually handling the data that's happening behind the scenes, because Discord is not what I created, it's a similar application to Facebook. They have a responsibility to keep our data private, so you don't have to worry about those data leaks in the same way that you don't have to worry about Facebook data leaks. It's that same sort of setup here as well. So in terms of actually handling what messages get posted, what is responsible posting and stuff like that, that is the job of the moderators. So an important part to running this server is that our administrators and our moderators have the necessary controls to add or delete data. So I'm going to go over here, and what you'll be able to see here is that I can go into any of these channels. I can write a message such as test, and I can go here and I can delete the message as I see fit. and I can confirm that the message is deleted, no one else can see the message now. If I were to go back to the Discord channel and check Sirius, the message is not there. So with our moderators, this is a great chance for, say, clergymen. I'll be able to get your information. I'll be able to make you a moderator, and you'll be able to do a similar thing like that. If you see a message that does not belong here, that shouldn't be part of what the young adults are discussing, you're going to be able to delete those messages as you see fit, and you'll be able to private message that person and say, hey, we probably need to discuss this in private or directly one-on-one. So those are opportunities that we have here in terms of managing what content shows up on the platform ourselves. In terms of future events and setting up things that will help people participate, that's definitely a good idea. We need more people to join the Discord so that we can get more of those suggestions, those ideas coming up organically from the young adults. I want to give young adults an opportunity to say, here's something that we can finally use to discuss things, talk amongst ourselves without worrying too much about what it is that our adults are saying and what our adults are looking to sort of create for us. So this is an opportunity for them to brainstorm those ideas, come up with things just like I did, and really show their stuff and come up with events and create things that we can do maybe on a weekly or a monthly basis, depending on how active people are. So with more young adults joining, I want to give them a chance to take that initiative themselves, take that responsibility upon themselves. I'll definitely be posting things in our brainstorming session, asking them, hey, do we want to do like a meetup? Do you want to do like a big voice chat party? Maybe we'll do something like that. It's sort of an inauguration event for the Discord. This will give people that sort of motivation and that excitement to start talking with each other and start growing those relationships. So I think that I covered most of your questions.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yes,
All right. Thank
John.
you, John. Yeah, thank you so much. So what we'll do, we'll have another time for an interaction when Menogu and his team give us a date so that we can spend more time on this. So we're very grateful. I know you have not had your dinner, so you need to go have your dinner. All right, thank you so much, John. We're very grateful. I've gotten some private messages here that we don't. It's coming from one of the clergy. It's very important to make sure the adults don't flood this particular discourse, so that the young adults can do their thing. So, all right. So even if you join, stay out of the way. Let the young adults do their thing. Anyway, so all right. Thank you for that suggestion. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So we'll go back to